But Jussie Smollett,
It's still funny.
you
It's
know,
still funny.
you know
Chappelle. Oh my God.
the French actor Jussie.
Juicy. Juicy. Juicy.
Juicy. This nigga's on trial, and apparently it's not looking good. I mean, who's surprised by that? Like, I'm not surprised by
Hey,
that. But I read the article, and he's not even really facing jail time. So, what is the point of all this?
listen, at this point, I don't know what he's trying to say because Empire done got canceled. I ain't seen him on no TV, no movie, not even in a commercial for Bounty Sheets in so long. So he ain't been on TV. I hear more about his sister than I hear about him. And I don't know what he's trying to achieve because we're talking about this happened 3 years ago.
Right.
We're talking about 3 years. 3 years later, you're dragging this on, and all you had to do was admit that this was fake, bro. Like all you got to do is admit that
Well,
nobody cares to
I
the
know,
point
but
anymore where it be that big of a story. Why
bro,
not just admit it?
his lawyer makes a good point. Apparently, he sent the two Nigerian brothers to go pick up the I guess the rope and the this and the that. He sent them to go buy the shit with cash. That's smart.
Right, right,
No paper trail. But
right.
then he paid them to do it with a check. So if one would have the
This
foresight to buy the shit with cash, why would you go now pay them with a check? Like that's a paper trail right there. So that to
right.
me raises a little bit of reasonable doubt in my mind.
Listen, that's just one part of how this whole thing started out and all the things that don't make no sense. So like I have it here, right? So on Tuesday, there was a officer that testified that was a former police detective who said that he knew that they had planned a dry run of the attack before the attack actually happened. And at one point during the trial, the jurors were shown a video. So there was a video of what you're talking about. There was a video showing the brothers picking up rope, masks, and hats from all types of different stores.
MAGA
So
hats.
that the MAGA hats, exactly. Okay, so also one of the brothers, I cannot say his name, Bimbola Osundaro, that's probably it, also testified on Wednesday that Jussie told him in late January that he needed help on the low, which turned out to be Jussie's plea to fake beat him up, but not too hard. And Jussie also told him to make sure that he said Empire bleep bleep MAGA. You know what I mean? He wanted him to tussle. There's a record of a phone conversation that these guys had. The check that you're talking about, the reason why that part is so dumb is because the check was for $3,500 and it was with his name on it and their name on it and all of that. And this was given to them as a thing to buy supplies. And there's a copy of the check, obviously, and there's a copy of the receipt that they have from buying all the things and the necessary supplies for all of this stuff. So when you go back to all of this information, this is how the trial started, by the way. this is because it started on Monday. I'm talking about Tuesday, Wednesday. So this is the beginning of the trial, right? So you start off like this and you say to yourself, listen, even if I wanted to believe that Jussie is telling the truth, why the hell are these guys have video of them going to buy mass ropes and masks? Why are they going to buy these supplies? Why are they getting $3,500 checks from this guy? Why is there document? They asked one of the brothers about the relationship with Jussie, and he said, listen, we were just friends. There's nothing that ever happened there. So I don't know what you guys are talking about, blah, 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 blah. It's just none of it makes sense. And it's making him look like a bigger idiot when you start reading it. Like it's
Even
laughable.
even the whole thing. So let's just say it worked out. Biggest heist ever. Work to a T. Jussie is a criminal mastermind. What was he trying to gain? Public sympathy? Like was he trying to get the MAGA movement to be looked at in a certain light? We already look at them fucked up. So I mean I from since the story broke, that's the only thing that I was able to extract from this. What he was trying to gain. Sympathy and trying to make the MAGA community look more twisted than they already are. Apart
Right.
from that, why do you need sympathy? MAGA community, we got that done. Why are you looking for sympathy? Jussie was talented. He could sing, He was gay and black. Tap into that market. Hello, Frank Ocean to the moon. Tap into that market. What were you going for? I don't understand. Like, your train was literally heading to success. You could act, you could sing. I'm assuming probably dance. You're going in the right direction. Say, you know what? I'm gonna go this way, and dead end. What was the end game? I'm that more than anything, and everything you shared about the trial very confusing. But that more than anything, I'm lost. I don't know what was the point.
I'm still like, I mean, like I said, listen, this is three fucking years later. 3 years after the thing. Like, if I was this guy, I would have just disappeared and shut up and let it go. Like, you know what I mean? Obviously, he's the one being charged, so he couldn't just drop it. But the only reason that he was being charged, let's not forget, is because he wanted to keep it going.
Right.
It could have been let go a long time ago, but he wanted to keep proving to everybody that he was not guilty, and that was the important thing. So it turned out that you this is what you want. This is what you want, Jussie. Okay, then we're gonna look more into it, and from there, looking more into it, that's where all these charges come from. Now we're gonna charge you. This is what you wanted.
Well, you ain't
So
gonna face no jail time, niggas. So,
yeah,
all
but still, like, he gonna be living in jail. He don't need to be in jail to be in jail. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. This guy
I
lived his
know.
whole life trying to
Yeah.
pursue something. Lived his whole life trying to pursue something. Who in their right mind is gonna hire this guy? Like, even for his infamy, I wouldn't even touch him. I would not. I wouldn't even want to do the interview with him after the trial.
Well, Chris Brown bounced back.
Hey, do not do that. These two light skinned niggas are not equal. Okay.
It's that.
Do
It's that.
not
It's that light
compare
skin.
Jussie to
It's that
C
light
Breezy.
skin
No,
power. It's that light skin power.
you will not. Nope. He don't listen. That breezy light skin power, that's a different level, dog. Come on now.
Let's
That's a
also
different
not.
level.
Let's also not forget Juicy is a lion. Okay, he's a lion. Empire. He's a lion. So let's not forget that.
No,
shit.
I got what you meant. I understood exactly what you meant. That face was for the reaction to what you said. Terrence Howard is also a lion. So, I don't think we really want to hold that as like a
Oh yeah, the other stuff. Okay, View Public. What are your thoughts?
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah. Yep. Oh,
do
yeah.
you guys care? I don't care. Still curious about the why he did this in the first place. If you have any insight on
I
that,
did not think we would be talking about this at all, but like, after reading this, it has to be shown how ridiculous this guy is. Like,
you know what's even more crazy? We're talking about this, and we're not talking about Ghislaine Maxwell, the person who's being on trial right now for the Jeffrey Epstein thing. We only talk about the important stuff here, obviously.
according to the media and TV, that trial doesn't exist.
There you go. We'll talk about it next time. But
can't report unless we're there, because they won't tell us anything.
Before we get up out of here, I just want to touch one last thing, if that's okay.
Well, it depends on what you're touching, because that sounds aggressive.
It does. Okay, look.